Driver's side has the same issues in the quarter here. We have a replacement door for the driver's side. This one's not bad. I just found one that wasn't quite as rusty along the bottom seam and picked it up. Now up there, I'm not sure if you can see it very well, but I took some pictures as well, still pictures. That's an original TA hood. Not a reproduction. It's even got the little squirters and the hoses and the whole bit on it. And you know it's an original for starters because of the construction of it. And I can attest without help, he's a load to pick up and put up in that rack. I built that rack just to keep him up and out of harm's way. Even his little mesh grills are in really good shape. There's no missing, you know, little tines in it or anything. There's his grill and the headlight doors, and that whole setup's in pretty nice shape. Once again, I've got it up out of the way to where it doesn't get hurt. Under here, you see the replacement door I was talking about. There's a valance laying there. It's got the front and rear valances, as a matter of fact, laying right there. One of them's a reproduction of the front one, and that back one there is the rear one, the original. That's a reproduction inner fender for the front end. It's got some surface rust on it from sitting all these years. You've got 3 CA332 Fram air filters sitting there. They're the black ones with the mesh. I'll show you one here. And of course, a new gas tank. Up there in the tube is a new front the hood trim for the front of the hood. I think that came from year one if I remember right. No, that came off of eBay, didn't it? Any event, Brother Joe, my late brother, was big into collecting parts. He's got all sorts of new hoses, and there's a brake booster down there. It's brand new. I mean, he was collecting the stuff up. There is one of the 6-pack carburetors. Unfortunately, while this car was in storage, somebody decided to steal the 6-pack off of it. So the 6-pack is gone. But other than that, I've got shelves and shelves of all the original parts. He had bought reproduction about everything. Turn signal lenses and battery trays and the fuel doors back there and shifter boots and sending units for the gas tank, and I mean there's just all sorts. There's his old clutch setup and his old booster sitting in there. All of these boxes are of parts and parts and parts. More parts. Back behind this wood, we can move the valley pan out of the way. These are brand new chrome bumpers here. Still in the wrapping. Of course, the console pieces and all the weather stripping and what have you. Door panels. It's all here. A lot of it's the original stuff. Some of it my brother collected new. Some of it I've collected new. There's its radiator. There's a pair of TA exhaust megaphones. Got the mufflers here somewhere. That was all reproduction stuff. There's the 340 manifolds. And all sorts of wonderful weather strip and trim and new fuel line and brake line, what have you. It's all here pretty much. And this is the engine that was in it. It's not a TA engine. The original engine does still exist. This car is registered with the TA registry with Barry over there. As of a couple of years ago, the original engine is still in existence, and the fellow was willing to sell it a couple of years ago. I just couldn't afford it. But the engine does exist, matching numbers for this car. And it's original 4-speed, sitting right down there under those rags. And it's free, it spins easy. There's the bell housing for it and what have you. Transmission cross member, what have you. Well, that's about it. It pains me like you don't believe to have to sell it, but I've come to the realization that I'm never going to be in a position in this life to be able to do this car justice. So it needs to go to somebody that, number one, knows what it is and appreciates it, and number two, has the wherewithal to do a proper job of it.